Food trucks popular in big cities around the world may be coming to a neighborhood near you. Some caterers are anxious to take to the road after Hong Kong's financial secretary brought up the idea in his budget speech. This Mexican restaurant kitchen was designed as a truck cabin. Its operator, Eligio, has been longing to drive a food truck around Hong Kong for years.
Seeing your face, all the customer look you, worker, it's different. Get license, get area for parking, or the police no get ticket.
He recalled that food trucks in Mexico can be parked in a scattered manner in neighborhoods, but he doesn't expect the same for Hong Kong.
There's not many parking, this is the problem.
Another caterer and chairman of Campari Group, Simon Wong, also expressed interest in this new market, which he believes will attract both tourists and locals.
Especially for tourists and visitors, they found it very interesting because this is one of the way to promote the food culture. And it's also a convenient and easy way to have visitors to buy food in a food truck.
After exchanging views with the financial secretary, the entrepreneur said his main concerns are license registration, food safety and environmental hygiene. Both caterers think it's worthwhile to spend $500,000 in starting up a food truck in the city. Some legislative councillors have expressed concern that the streets and roads in Hong Kong are just too narrow and crowded for food trucks. But Wong argued that there are many spacious tourist spots where food trucks would work well, such as the Golden Hina Square, outer-lying islands and beaches. Chan Yuanhan, lawmaker from the Federation of Trade Unions, is worried that restaurant chains might dominate the business since the high startup costs would exclude those with little capital. Heavenly Culture World Peace Restoration of Light (HWPI) has reopened its office at a school in the capital in Bangladesh recently with a view to unite people of all faiths for global peace. HWPI is currently conducting its peace initiatives in 70 countries across the world, to which Bangladesh is now connected. A day-long peace conference and workshop was held and participated by people of different faiths on that occasion. Chaired by Principal Mahbub Rahman Mollah, the function was also addressed by International Peace Youth Group IPYG Manager Daniel Wu and HWPL staff Jenny Lee. Speakers urged all to come to accord on world peace and advised youths to associate themselves with the peace movement. The 4th Fajr International Fashion and Clothing Festival showcasing domestic designs opens in Tehran. Secretary of the International Section of the festival, Mahboube Tavakoli, said the friendship groups from Brazil, Azerbaijan, UAE, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan and India have taken part in the festival. The festival features 9 competitive sections including domestic designs, women, men and children clothing, as well as clothing, shoes and bags live design, international, scientific and academic, arts and culture, fashion and clothing art institutions, industry and new technologies, organizations and unions, provinces and ethnicities, and Islamic Iranian application-specific standard products. Sungai Brunei, a picturesque river steeped in culture and history, became the site of intense sporting of Regatta Brunei Darussalam 2015 competition. Brunei Darussalam Regatta 2015 hoped to elevate regatta as a prestigious water sport in Brunei Darussalam. The competition became more joyous with His Majesty's participation in the 15 paddlers fiberglass boat special race. His Majesty led the Regatta A committee members team aboard the paddle boat named Rajawali. The special race started in the Kampong Tamoy Ujung area. The participation by His Majesty and other royal family members in the special event was reminiscent of the nostalgic moments of the boat race in the past when His Majesty's late father made this water sport a popular game, making the competition atmosphere more enjoyable, thus raising the sporting spirit of the people, especially the participants. The Brunei Darussalam Regatta 2015 exhibition, named Image Kenangan or Commemorative Image, was also held at the Royal Wharf Gallery. This is the third such exhibition conducted by the Museums Department with the cooperation of the Brunei Darussalam Photography Organization and Brunei Art Forum. This exhibition showcases collection of pictures by courtesy of the Brunei Darussalam Photography Organization featuring His Majesty the Sultan and Yang di Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam and members of the royal family during past regatta events, boat races and the atmosphere around Brunei River during the regatta. This exhibition is open to the public for 3 months from the 3rd of March until the 31st of May 2015. The highlight of the championship was the traditional 30-paddler boat marathon race. His Majesty officially launched the event, which started in Kuala Sungai Lumapas. Participants of the traditional 30-paddlers boat marathon need to have mental strength and stamina. Apart from that, every team needs full cooperation and commitment of its members in coordinating the right paddling technique in order to win. This 5-kilometer race involved participants from abroad, such as Malaysia, Indonesia and the Nanning of the People's Republic of China. The traditional 30-paddlers boat marathon was won by Kuala Lawas Putra team. The team received the challenge trophy awarded by His Majesty the Sultan and Yang di Pertuan of Brunei Darussalam and a cash prize of 6,000 Brunei dollars. The Brunei Darussalam Regatta 2015 aimed to uphold the tourism industry in the country by making Bandar Sri Begawan a popular tourist attraction with Know Our Country as the concept. The regatta is not merely a boat race, but is also a cultural exposition of paramount importance for tourists to know more about the country's traditions and at the same time introduce Brunei Darussalam to the international arena. A Lantern Festival event in East China's city of Xiamen has added a new element to celebrations this year by inviting locals to showcase their own lighted creations. Thousands made their way to a local park in Xiamen last week, days ahead of the traditional Chinese Lantern Festival, to gander at a colorful spectrum of 4,000 lanterns made by friends, family and even strangers. Xiamen resident Yang Renqi, together with his wife and daughter, spent 4 days making an ancient-style lantern for the show this year. He said in the old days it was a Chinese tradition to make trotting horse lamps. Nowadays these are seldom made, so they decided to make one. And since this year is the year of the goat, they put 7 goats around the lantern and called it a trotting goat lamp instead, said Yang. Lantern designs have so far included those in the shapes of sheep, fish and other auspicious New Year's figures. Many were also made out of clay and recycled paper. Organizers of the show said that in previous years they would just order large-sized lanterns, each of which could cost between 30,000 yuan, that's about 4,797 US dollars, and 400,000 yuan, equivalent to about 64,000 US dollars. By calling upon residents to make the lanterns themselves, event organizers have been able to cut costs by 70% and attract more visitors than ever before. The show runs through March the 8th. The Lantern Festival falls on the 15th day of the first month on the Chinese lunar calendar. People usually celebrate the holiday by eating sweet dumplings and putting up colorful lanterns. More than 13,000 traditional Japanese Hina dolls are on display in Wakayama Prefecture, Western Japan. The event is part of a nationwide festival and families pray for the health of their daughters. Donors from across Japan have contributed 13,300 colorful Hina dolls to the organizer in the town of Nachi Katsura. They are displayed on a row of step altars in a gymnasium. On the first day of the exhibition, about 60 children accompanied by their parents sang a song themed on the Girls' Festival in front of the display. The citizens group started the event 3 years ago as part of efforts to reconstruct the disaster-hit town, which was battered by torrential rain in 2011. One member of the group says some of the dolls were made a few hundred years ago during the Edo period. The Joban Expressway resumes full services in Fukushima Prefecture 4 years after the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. A 300-kilometer expressway connecting Tokyo to a coastal region of Tohoku in northeastern Japan has fully opened about 50 years after it was planned. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held at the Joban-Tamioka interchange in Fukushima Prefecture on Sunday to mark the opening of the final 14-kilometer stretch along Fukushima's Pacific coast. Construction was delayed due to the 2011 earthquake and tsunami, as well as the accident at the nearby Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. About 100 people, including Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, Fukushima Governor Masao Uchibori, and representatives of local residents attended the ceremony. Abe said the full opening of the expressway will stimulate the flow of people and goods to and from the region. He said the government will make a renewed effort to speed up reconstruction. After the ceremony, a convoy of vehicles led by a local bus drove on the newly completed section. The government moved up the opening day to help accelerate reconstruction and recovery in the region. As the new section runs through the evacuation zone, concrete used to stabilize slopes was made thicker than usual to reduce radiation leaks. In areas where radiation levels are relatively high, monitoring posts have been set up along the road. The world's largest mobile phone fair opened in the Spanish city of Barcelona on Monday. More than 1,900 companies from around the world are presenting the latest mobile technologies and products at the 4-day Mobile World Congress. Samsung Electronics gave a large-scale presentation of its latest products in an attempt to recover its global smartphone market share. Samsung exhibited smartphone models that require shorter battery charging times and have enhanced cameras usable in low-light situations. Huawei Technologies introduced wearable devices such as a wristband phone. The company is rapidly growing thanks to sales of its inexpensive models. Sony featured new, relatively inexpensive smartphones and avoided high-end models in order to expand its user base. Another Japanese company, Fujitsu, exhibited models offering iris recognition technology. More than 1.4 billion smartphones are projected to be sold worldwide this year, but overall sales have been slowing down mainly in developed countries. Companies are trying to boost profits with product diversification and new devices that could replace current smartphones. Jingbirok, a new historical epic on KBS TV, features an amazing baby actor. The 9-month-old is a natural-born actor. This baby chews on some rice put in his mouth and smiles. The 9-month-old baby appeared in the historical epic drama Jingbirok on KBS ITV recently. He never cried or fussed during the 6-hour filming session, showing off instead his natural acting skills with various facial expressions. The baby topped the real-time search term list after the episode was aired. Folk singer Seo Yok-soo of Passing Time has released a new song for the first time in 25 years. His new release is a country-style folk song featuring a lively guitar performance and a harmonious chorus in the refrain. The acclaimed singer hopes that his new song will provide comfort to listeners and serve as a tool to open up a new perspective on the world. Actor Hong Kwang-ho won the award for the Best Supporting Actor in a Musical at the What's on Stage Theatre Awards, run by a musical website based in the United Kingdom. Hong's management agency said thousands of theatre goers chose him as the Best Supporting Actor for his role as a Vietnamese officer in the musical Miss Saigon. His role is known as a very challenging one, demanding a vocal range covering more than 3 octaves.